come on for just a little bit. I won't be on too long. I am tuckered. But I figured I'd let you all know how today went, kind of how yesterday went a little bit. Um, Patty was supposed to get in about 5 o'clock yesterday, and her plane was delayed by Florida's pesky thunderstorms. So they didn't leave till close to like 5:45. She didn't get here till almost like 8:30. She didn't get here because the airport's an hour and a half away till about almost 10 o'clock. So thank you for all your prayers. It's so much appreciated. Mocha kind of took a little bit to get adjusted with her, and it's so funny because whenever Patty comes in the door, because she goes out in to do just to have her cigarettes, and Mocha just sounds the alarm. Somebody's new who's coming in. Hi, Jane, like it's somebody new, but they've become fast friends. Christina stayed. She drove here last night. She stayed last night and tonight. She's going home tomorrow and coming back on Sunday to stay for Monday when we're going down to the Amish country. So we stayed up quite a bit yesterday, like 1 o'clock. We got up this morning. We had egg pie, which the recipe is on our channel. And then we had Amish cinnamon rolls, which were awesome. And we just had a lovely morning this morning, had coffee and relaxed. And then, as you can see from the thumbnail, we got Patty and Christina to the horseback riding. Lovely. I will be uploading the video. There was a little bit of issues with our gimbal, which made some issues with video, but we got some great pictures. I'm telling you what, great pictures of them, and I'm still waiting for pictures because I can't upload it yet. I've got to call them tomorrow from the writing place. They took some, but we haven't received them yet. I think they may have been sent to Christina, but for some reason they're just not coming through. So hopefully they still have them. But we got some awesome pictures. Hi, DJ. We got some awesome pictures. And I thought I had the gimbal on as they were kind of riding away. And as they were riding, I guess I didn't have the gimbal on, which just I was so ticked off, but it is what it is. But I will always have that memory. They were riding away, and I just was bawling. I mean, I was going to do a lot of voiceover anyway. I was going to voice over it because I was just sitting there crying. They were riding away. And so we went around, because we didn't stay for the full time of them riding. We came home and rested a little bit. And when we left the horse place, when we went around, you could see them riding on the trail, so we were able to record that, and then we let them just have their time together. So tomorrow is supposed to be fishing, if it chooses not to rain, and if it does choose to rain, I don't know what quite we'll do, but we'll figure it out. Excuse me. And then tomorrow, our Sunday's church, and then we're just going to have a relaxing day. And then Christina wants to make dinner because I made dinner with help of my mom tonight. We made fried eggplant, which is delicious. And I had 2 filet mignons in the refrigerator from Christmas and a half a bag of shrimp. So I did that because my aunt loves shrimp. And I made crab cakes. So we got plenty of leftovers. But Christina wants to make dinner Sunday. I'm like, that's my big meal because I can't do anything. I am so sore. So we had that, and then we had some key lime pie, and we just chit-chatted and so forth. And then I think Monday's Amish country. And then Tuesday we're going to go to out to where Christina works with the horses. Go see them. And then my aunt said to me, what about going for a pedicure? So Christina and I and my aunt are going for a pedicure. I know face, which will be nice. And then Wednesday, we will leave somewhere in the afternoon and then go and meet Jared and Christina for dinner at a Mexican restaurant. We're going to celebrate Christina's birthday. And then, of course, she flies home Thursday. So that's the plan so far. And I think Just going to try to do a little bit of hair coloring in my hair tomorrow. I'm getting, you can't see that because I just got out of the shower a few minutes ago, but I'm getting gray, and I'm just like, no, I'm too young for gray. I got my dad's early gray, and it's not happening. So anyway, so I've got some lovely pictures I will upload from the horse thing, and I got a lovely picture of Patty on a horse, and it was so funny because I had to actually have somebody Photoshop it, because as the horse was going, nature called for the horse, and so it was funny. And the horse's tail, the way the picture looks, was kind of like waving around a little bit. And then as they were going this way, I have a picture. Gray hair was wisdom. Yes, it is. But I don't think I'm ready for it at my age. My dad had gray hair, man, in his 40s, and I was just like, man, I got my dad's early gray. I said to my daughter, all these gray hairs you see, caused all by you. The horse, as I got a picture, them riding away, and my aunt's horse's tail was kind of waving. It looked like it was kind of waving goodbye or something. I said, yeah, there's the horse she got, just a little sassy like she is. Oh boy. But my husband, he's been around, four females. Usually he just has to deal with two. But he's had two extra ones, my aunt and my daughter, and then my son-in-law did stop by on his way home because he was close, not too far from where his parents, we're not too far from them. So he stopped off and saw Patty and spent a little time, and then he went home. And then it decided to pour. I mean, I'm talking about pour. So it had quite a bit of rain that we had. We'll see. You have more rain. I'm not supposed to be tired, right? I did get to lay down and take a nap today, so that was good. Now we are on my hours keep fluctuating a little bit, which is kind of our hours on our channel. It's kind of frustrating, but it is what it is. We're 90 now. It says 90 hours away when earlier it was like 63. I'm on. So I think when everything catches up, we'll be okay by maybe about 40, 50 hours, I'm hoping. But hopefully I know we're going to get there. It's just going to take its little time. It's a little happy time to get there. It will. I have no doubt. I just love to see it. Hi, Alfonso. I'd love to see it while Patty's here. And Alfonso sent me the Blessed Disco Ball Warriors logo for the shirts. But I uploaded the first one, and it was too dark for some of the colors. So he sent me another one that's a little, slow and steady wins the race, but I'm tired. I hurt everywhere. So he has, he sent me another one that has a lighter lettering color. So I think it'll go. So, because, man, when you put that disco ball on any kind of shirt, it pops. But the lettering was too dark. But I think we worked it out, so I will try to do that tomorrow. So that you guys can, if you all want to order a shirt, order the disco ball shirt, you can. But I just haven't had a chance to do it yet. Yep, just one. Hey, Jason P. I know. Well, not quite. Almost, probably about another half an hour I can have them. But I just figure I would just check in. The only tears I've really cried so far is when they got on those horses and they started going away. And I thought I had it on video, and I didn't. And they started going away. I'll remember that forever. And they started going away, and then the trail they go down, and the trail goes to a point where you can't follow them anymore. And they just kept going. You could see them. And I have a picture of it. And then when you couldn't see them on the trail anymore, the whole time I was just crying. And I just said to both of them, I said, I said, Patty, your brother's, you smiling from heaven, and so is Christina's grandfather. Both of them are the same people. It's my dad. So I will have a video out on that. We're just waiting for the, hi, Mrs. G. We're just waiting back for the pictures from the horse place. They said they took some, and they think they sent them to Christina. Didn't come through, so I've got to call into them to say, can you kind of resend them again, because for some reason they didn't come through. And I finished the temperature blanket literally about 20 minutes before Patty arrived. I was like, oh, thank God. The only thing I have to do is just tie up the sides, but I'm done with it, which is, phew, that was a tough cookie, but we did it. So, but I'm sore. That's okay. I'm allowed to be right now. I'm allowed to be sore, and it's okay. But, the truth, when she said, I'm coming to drive you all crazy, it was like, yeah, that's about it. I said to my son-in-law, I said, do you want to know what my dad was like? Look at his sister, because it's like she sat down for a little bit and chit-chatted, and then she had to get up. And then she was, I'm thinking, I'm watching her today. And one thing that really struck me is, I know I get my kind of chutzpah, if you want to call it this old-fashioned word for just gumption kind of thing, I know I get that from my grandmother and Lizzie. But the never giving up and just keep pushing forward, I'm watching my aunt thinking, man, if I want to know where I got that from, that's her. Because I thought, she said, I'm fighting this cancer till the very end. I'm not going to let it take me out. And actually, Moan got to talk to her. And she says she's going to come on and talk to you all. So she will have a chance to meet y'all. She very much wants to. She says thank you to everybody. So she said, but I got to have my face on. But she's a hairstylist. So hopefully we'll have an opportunity. She very much wants to do that. But, I just watched her thinking, yes, I'm not going, there's no way I could sleep without taking my medicine. I'm just watching her thinking, if I want to know where I got my fighting spirit, you know what I mean? My fighting spirit, my kind of that never give up. I'm thinking it's from her. She's just a force to be reckoned with. She really is. She's just this fighter. She's had to fight all of her life. She's had a very difficult life. She's had a hard life. She's had a hard life. She hasn't had it easy. I got blessed by having, I think, one of the most wonderful mothers in the world. I had a dad that could be difficult, but I had a mother that was amazing. She didn't get that. My grandmother was far from it. There was wonderful things about my grandmother, but my grandmother was also unmedicated bipolar. So she had a lot of things, and her dad passed away when she was 9. So she had a lot of stuff to deal with, but she just kept fighting. She fought through all that. She fought through a difficult childhood. She fought through drugs and alcohol. She's come out of it. She had to be a single mother. She had to go through a divorce. She had to go through so much. But yet she's just fought every step of the way. She's just never given up. I said to my daughter, if you want to know where you get your fighting spirit from, it's from my aunt. I watched it today thinking, that's where I got it from. It's my never give up. I'm going to do it. Because she's exactly what she's done. And it was like to watch her thinking, this woman has stage 4 liver and lung cancer. You can see it, but she's you know it and you can see it, but she's still just full of life. Christina was playing a song, something, and my aunt's just dancing a little bit. It was like, she's just the fun aunt. She's just the fun. I'm up for anything. I'm game for anything. We're just gonna do this, and it's amazing to see and a delight. Um, and you know, I was glad to. I'm just thankful she's here and we have this time with her. And I think I'm gonna look back at this trip um, with her with absolute just gratitude beyond belief. There's gonna be absolute gratitude. Um, there will be no regrets when we leave. When she leaves, there'll be sadness, but there won't be regrets. Um, and you tell you something else about Patty. And she's like me in the sense, and I kind of always kind of wondered where I got that. When she loves you and you know it. You can tell it from the way she acts and the way she talks and the way she just does things. She does it. She came here with a shirt and a pair of pants for my mom and a bag of jelly bellies for her. And she came with color from my hair. And um, she just has a big heart, and she just has this ability to just, there's no conditions when she loves. She just loves you. And when she loves you, you know it. And I'm thinking, boy, it just radiates all over from her. It's amazing. I will give her a big hug from Colorado, absolutely. And I'm hoping, I told her before she leaves, she's my online, my people want to meet her. So she's going to have to come on and show herself. But it was too funny when I told her we were taking video. She said, "Oh, I gotta get my hair done on my face." But I'm like, "You don't need to do that." So, but you can tell she's hurting. I mean, she can't. There's times she can't stand long. Her back gives her problems, and she's sore, and you can. There's things you can tell, of course, that the chemo and everything has taken a toll on her, but. She certainly loves her people and her family, and it certainly shows. She's just grateful. She said, "I'm just so grateful to be here and have this time and so forth." And like I said, Mocha took a while to, but every time she comes in from the sliding glass door, Mocha wants to bark and say, "You're new," until she stiffs her and realizes she's not new. But it's too funny. It's too funny. She was wondering at one point, she goes, "Where's Mocha?" I said, "She's underneath the blankets on the couch with Christina." And then all of a sudden, Mocha popped her little head up. That dog's too funny. Good Lord have mercy. Thank God they only made one of her. She's enough, but she's a hoot. We certainly love her. I was trying today to take a short of her, and I couldn't. She just wasn't going to cooperate with it for nothing. Now she took a while when Patty first got here. I mean, she was acting like a little fool herself for a little bit, but she just needed to know that we weren't going to tolerate her behavior, and it just took her a while. It took her probably about an hour, maybe even an hour and a half to calm down and get warmed up, but she did. She wasn't going to hurt anybody. It's the way Mocha is. Mocha comes to you through her terms, not anybody else's. She'll do it on her timing when she's ready. And if you think dogs aren't people, sometimes you just look at her going, "You gotta be kidding." So we'll see. Maybe she'll sleep with Patty tomorrow, but I don't know. I don't know about that one. My mom says she moves a lot. We have a split king, and we've tried to have her sleep in our bed, and because there's the crack in the middle, it really makes it difficult. And then if she's on my side, which is where she usually likes to sleep, before I know it, I'm pushed almost out of the bed. So it doesn't work on our bed for her to sleep. Now, if I'm taking a nap and she wants to come in, she can come in and we'll take a nap and we can do that. But it doesn't work for her to come in because of the split king. So I did go back today and edit. I did go back today, and on the Mocha watch, I adjusted the hours, because originally when I went on this morning, it said I was 63 hours away. We were. Now it says we're 90. So I don't know where the couple hours went. I have no idea. They went someplace. I have no idea. It was almost like 25 hours just went whoosh. Somewhere in YouTube air or something, so I adjusted that. But I'm thinking with everything, within the next couple of days, we'll probably get there. I mean because I certainly couldn't do it without y'all. There is no way. Yeah, but originally it was 63, but then I had to adjust it. So when I went on tonight, it said now 90 away. And I'm like, well, and it was like, they shouldn't have disappeared, because it takes a year between the time, and all the videos really started in January, so it shouldn't. I don't know. I just sit there going, thank you, Moan. I just keep going. It'll happen. I know it will. We're so close. It's like watching a pot boil. It's so slow. But it's going to happen. But that's why I've gone back and adjusted it. So if you see it this morning, so I put Mocha in a little sweater I had done, a picture of her in a sweater. She doesn't like clothes, so it doesn't stay on very often. But I put that up, and I had said 63, but then I had to adjust it, and I had to say 90, because somehow they vanished. I don't know where they vanished to, but they vanished. I did a stream last night. Let's go back. I did a stream on Wednesday, and it was really nice. Unfortunately, for some reason, I have no idea. I don't think it was the music, but I think it was the video that I chose that I get from Pixel Bay. I think that was the problem. Because for some reason, I think that may have been copyrighted. Now, when I went in to choose that video, I thought it was free, which most of the Pixel Bay ones that I've uploaded as a relaxing stream most of them say free. This one said something a little different, so I started running the stream the Wednesday night. Well, YouTube, of course, it ran for almost an hour before we went to sleep. Somehow they totally cut it at one point, because they said there was copyrighted material on it. I didn't see it because we were sleeping. So it gave me a warning, and it took down the entire thing and deleted it. So that one never, if you all started watching that goes, where did that go? That's exactly where it went. Well, Wednesday night happened to be, I forgot how many years they've been doing it now. It has to be more than 50. Let's see, 51, something like that. No, 47.
Good Lord.
Wednesday night stream is deleted. It's called Relaxing Sleep, and it had a beautiful fountain and everything. I'll send you the video. A beautiful fountain. It was a fountain, and I don't know whether it was the video or the music, but I'm thinking it was the video that I downloaded that was the problem. Because when I put it on and when I went to sleep, everything was fine, and then I woke up and the whole stream was deleted, and they said you have a warning. Nothing affected, just a warning. It's not a strike or anything like that. But then I uploaded last night. It's the 47th candlelight vigil for Elvis. So that had me thinking a little bit, and I decided to upload a candle with beautiful music in the background, candlelight stream throughout the night. And that really goes for anybody. If you want to go back and make a comment, dedicate that stream to a family member that you have lost, that is no longer with you. You can go ahead and put their name in the comments below. So that would be a great thing you could go do. You could go to put a comment of somebody that you just want to be able to say, here, this stream is dedicated to this person's memory. I went in and dedicated the stream to my dad and those family members I've lost. And I was thankful that Elvis's music really was such a tremendous connection for me with my dad. And then it was a tremendous connection, especially after he got dementia. I was able to put on music. I was able to put on music and movies and so forth, and I was able to reconnect with him again. So I kind of wanted to do it from that perspective. So even though it's kind of, and you'll hear when you go into that candlelight stream, you'll hear me kind of talking in a very calm voice about what that stream has meant. That of course is, they're holding a candlelight vigil, and they do it on the 15th, running through the 16th. So we were kind of doing the same thing, but we expanded it to be able to have you all go back after the stream was over and add comments to whoever you would like to dedicate that stream to in memory. So if you want to add somebody's name in the comment, then you can go ahead and do so. But that's where that stream came from. And then of course, so far it's gotten quite a few watch hours, which will help too. But that's why we did it. I just had to. I deleted that other one. I said, forget that. I won't be using that one again. Not that video on Pixel Bay. That's for dang on sure. It was a nice one too, but they said, yeah, you got repeated warnings. I'm like, well, I was asleep. And somebody says you should fight it. And I'm like, I'm not, because of the way the video description was done. I probably couldn't win on it. And I thought, we're just not going to try. And I thought, if this one does it, then, yeah, music, absolutely. If this one does it, then I'm going to go ahead and fight it. I was going to fight it if this one did it. But it didn't do it because I made sure everything said free. Oh, I could put on Elvis for my dad, and I had him back for a moment. Especially he could sit in his chair. Now there got to a point where I couldn't do any kind of soft music. He loved Battle Hymn of the Republic by Elvis. I could do a lot of his faster music. And he would be sitting in his chair, and his feet would go like this. He'd be dancing in his chair, and I had him back. I put Polk Salani on, or blue suede shoes. I had him back for a minute. He knew this music. He knew the voice. When he first got dementia, we could sit down, and especially with a lot of the Elvis's movies, because they were action plus a lot of singing involved, his attention span was a heck of a lot longer than it was just by watching regular music with a lot of talking dialogue. He would sit there and he would just bop back and forth, and then they would talk, and then they'd go back to music. And so there was a huge connection between the two, between Elvis and my dad, very much. And you could put the Navy hymn. He was, because what happened with my dad's hands at the very towards the end, he got worse and worse, because he had Louis body, which made his body very stiff. His hands would be like this, so his fingernails had to be cut very short because they would go into his hands and it would hurt, right? And he couldn't undo them himself. So if we had known that, he would have had a brace on a lot sooner. But we had to put these special braces on his hands so that if he wore them, right, so that his hands wouldn't go into his skin and it would hurt him because it would actually like cut into his skin at points. And so when you had to wash those things, it was extremely painful to have to go like this. I mean, he would just, oh, it was horrible. But I could go in the room while they were doing that because it took a lot of us for him to be able to do this and put on the Navy theme song, and he would be calming down. It still hurt, don't get me wrong, but he would calm down because he knew that Navy theme song came back in his head. He'd be humming it along, and as they were trying to get the braces off to wash them, put the new ones on, it was horrendous. Oh, it was horrible. I don't wish that on anybody, not one person. But we were able to take care of him and help him and be there for him, and that I was grateful for. Hi, my love, how are you? I'm tired. I'm glad my aunt's here. I'm glad, one of the things I was thinking too was that the days were going to go whoosh, and they're not so far. They're just, that's one thing I'm kind of asking. I'm living my best life. Thank you again for all your help. We're so close with the watch hours. Thank you so much for all your help. One thing I've been praying for was that God would just take this time and slow it. Not that we can stop time, but it doesn't feel like it's going, like I thought she's going to come, and then the next thing we know, it's next Thursday. It's going by, but it's not going by at such a rate of speed, if that makes any sense. It's not racing by. So I've said, Lord, don't slow down the clock. Just don't rush it. Just make this time make it precious and just sweet every moment. That's what I've asked. Is that it doesn't feel like it's rushing by. But I'm tired. I'm sore. And we cooked. We had filet mignon. We had shrimp. Frozen shrimp, filet mignon. I had 2 filet mignon in the freezer, so I took them out so we could have surf and turf. I made crab cakes and eggplant, fried eggplant. My mom helped me because there's no way I could have done it by myself. And what else did we have? A Red Lobster biscuits, key lime pie for dessert, and Caesar salad. I'm tired. And no, I didn't get to copy the recipe. We had so much going on, I couldn't film it, but I will film it in how I make my crab cakes. I said to my aunt, oh, here's something else I gotta tell y'all. I said to my aunt, I said, there's cottage cheese in the crab cake. She said, cottage, you gotta be kidding me. Well, my aunt was like, cottage cheese bagel? She said, you've got to be kidding me. There's no way these are good. Well, she had a half of a bagel. She loved it. And my daughter, who can be the pickiest when it comes to food in the world, she took a little bit, and I said, will you try? And she goes, well, she said, okay, Mom, I'll try. So she tried. She said, give me a half. And so she wanted some blueberries. I said, well, you got to try this first. So she tried the cottage cheese bagel, and then she sat there. She going, can I have another half? So you like them? She goes, yeah, I like the cottage cheese bagels. Hi, Rooted. How are you? Thank you too, hon, for all your help. So she actually liked them. And my aunt's like, you make these with cottage cheese? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, oh my Lord, I've never heard of them. But my daughter, who couldn't stand cottage cheese, she's not a cottage cheese person at all. She loved them. Can I have another? It's like, yeah, you can have another half. So I guess I'm going to have to make them for her too now. so she can have some. Her husband can't have them because he's allergic to milk products, but she can have them. So if you haven't gone and tried that cottage cheese recipe or looked at the video, go look at it and then make them, because there's 2 people in my family who can't stand cottage cheese that both love them.
I despise it.
Excuse me. That's Mr. Bluster Crochet. He says he despises cottage cheese, in case you didn't hear him. And, but he loves the cottage cheese bagels. And now my daughter loves them. And now my aunt loves them. So I said, well, I ain't going back to the other. Oh, and I tried them in the oven. And the reason I did was I made them before she came. And licorice, yep. I did them in the oven because I wanted to see for you all how they did. Jason says hi, and he says howdy. And I thought I'll try them so people can, I can tell people how they work. They've turned out just as good in the oven. I will say that now maybe it was because I had to actually make 16. I made 16, which was 4 batches. You get 4 bagels out of 1 batch. So maybe it was because I made 16 of them. But they took about 30 to 40 minutes to cook. But, well, I'm telling you, Rooted, I'm telling you, do not taste the cottage cheese in these cottage cheese bagels. And they are 11 grams of protein, and the carbohydrates, usually in a regular bagel, are 53 grams, and the carbohydrates in these are 25. So they're literally cut in half. So I'm telling you, people, if you're not cottage cheese people, try the cottage cheese bagels because they are delish. I had one this afternoon. I have one every day now, literally, because they're so filling, and I don't feel guilty in the Weight Watchers whole thing. Yes, I like pears and cottage cheese too. They're 5 points. If I use whipped cottage cheese, it's 3 points. I'll have them for a lunch. I will have them with some kind of protein, and you got to let me know what you think. But go look at our recipe for the cottage cheese bagels. Just when you do the cottage cheese, put it in a blender and smooth it smooth. And then put it in with the self-rising flour. I'm telling you, you'll just never go back. You can put it in the refrigerator for 3 to 4 days or freeze them for up to 4 months. And we had 16. I think now we have about 10 left, if that. But they're so good. You know what I like to do with cottage cheese too, if I'm looking for something sweet, is I'll take a cup of cottage cheese, or not cup, like half a cup of cottage cheese, and put some Jello mix in it, and then mix it up, and it's kind of like, it just makes like a sweet, high protein dessert. Of course, I don't think I know medication, and I'm starting to get tired. But I wanted to come on and let you all know how I was and just check in. I didn't get to the boat tonight because everybody was talking. But I miss y'all for sure. But I will pop on sometime with my aunt. She said she will come on and meet y'all. So we'll make that happen. I'm getting Mon, who says, go take care of yourself. Getting sleepy. But I appreciate everybody's help. Patty, tomorrow we're hopefully going fishing, unless the heavens open up. I'm not going fishing. I will just be bringing my crochet hook. I've got some disco balls to crochet, don't I, Jason P? Mm-hmm. And I'm going to be putting up the shirt soon, sometime within the next week or next day or two, for the shirt, for the disco ball shirt. But Alfonso had to lighten the letters because the first one he sent me, the letters were too dark. And so on the darker shirts, it didn't pop. But this one does. So I will for sure. And then Sunday is church, and we're just going to relax. So if they go fishing, I'm going to bring the stuff and start crocheting the disco balls, especially in the silver. That I can get those. I can get those done for sure. So I'm going to get off here. I need to go. I need to go to bed. I need to go to sleep. And my body will thank me in the morning. And if I do not, I know Mon on here, my sis, will be after me like you cannot believe. So thank you all, but I thought I gotta come on and say hi and let you know I'm okay. I'm holding up, and I think that I just keep thinking, okay, enjoy your time, enjoy your time. Love you too. Enjoy your time, and I'll get there. And when days get shorter, it'll be harder. But I got all your support, and I appreciate it. So have a good night, everybody. Stay connected. I don't have Scott to take us out, but be so proud of being yourself. Everybody else is taken. Thank you so much, living my best life. Everybody else is taken. You just be proud of being yourself, because I know I am. Thank you all. Love you all. Stay connected, and we got you covered. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.